Hey, what's happening? This is Dean coming to you from Los Angeles. You can find me at www.deancantave.com. And what I wanted to do in these series of videos that I want to do once a week is kind of begin to kind of tell the story of myself and share with you a lot of my insights as I kind of lead up over the months to the launch of my first book coming out in the spring. Now, I've come up with a title for the book, and I'm not going to share that title with you, but I will kind of give you a little bit of me as it pertains to the book and what you can kind of expect. So who is Dean? I think that question is very broad. I think I could go a lot of different directions depending on what we're talking about, depending on what I'm passionate about, and depending on whether or not you touch a soft spot with me. But I was born and raised in Chicago, grew up on the South Side, grew up in a fairly middle-class neighborhood in the Chatham area in Chicago, for those that are familiar with the Chicago area. And I had a really, really good childhood. Went to high school, went to college, had both parents in the home, left college and went off to the military. And here I am 34 years later. When I look back at my life, I've had a progression of wins that have led me to this particular point. And in my book, I talk about my life journey, and I really talk about my foray into the military and then my successful transition from the military into a successful IT career. And one of the things that I really kind of focus on in the book is talking about purpose. I talk about purpose a lot. I talk about finding yourself. I talk about finding what it is that really thrills you and what touches your soul and what pushes you and what lights you up in the morning, because that is the essence of why we live life. And in my book, I really want to stress that. I stress that a lot. I stress about my failures, and I talk about why I feel like purpose is important. And one of the things about finding purpose is really finding the gift that you have. Finding something that you do naturally, that comes naturally, that you can do, that you can give out to the world in some type of value. You can package it, and you can package that value, and you can give it to the world, and the world returns to you what you want. In this case, in most cases, for most people, it's financial reward. But it's more than financial reward. It's fulfillment. It's fulfillment, and it's getting a sense of I'm doing something important that people value. So you can look out for these videos. I'm gonna share more about myself, more about my upcoming book. But purpose, finding your gift, finding what really drives you. And if you haven't found it, I definitely feel that you should get back on that path to find it if you weren't on that path already, and really take some time to sit down and think about what do you get excited about when you wake up in the morning. You can find me at deancantave.com. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next week.